Juliet We Talk Show, and I'm Juliet. I thank you all who have subscribed, and thank you very much for watching us and for sharing. Today, my special guest is from Shalom Ministry, Pastor Justin. We welcome her to our show. And Pastor Justin, please tell us about yourself and so on.
Thank you so much, Madam Juliet. My name is Pastor Justin Chindibloom, and I'm pastoring a church called Shalom Ministries there in Chester. We have our services on Sunday, every Sunday at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So, and other services on Zoom. Tuesday we have children praying for children, and then on Friday we have the Bible study. Then Sunday we go to Chester and have a fellowship.
Okay, thank you, and you are most welcome to our show. Today our topic is about children. We'll be talking about our children who immigrated here, our children who are born here, and so on. And as Pastor Justin is in the ministry, I would like her to tell us more about the children and how we can help our children to be better in the system, or in the society, to be better in the society, to grow and to be responsible citizens. How can we do that, Pastor?
Yes, thank you so much. Today I'm going to talk about the background of our children in the family. Family is very important, both man and the woman, together, to bring up a child. So we begin with the God, because if we want to bring up our children, we have to teach these children about God. That is the foundation.
Yes.
Because if I talk about the background or a foundation, it talks about in the Bible that there is a man who built his house on the sand. When the rain came, that house was washed away. But this man who built his foundation on a rock, we found out that when the rain came, that house stood. It didn't disappear. So what I want to say is that we as parents, we have to give our children a good background. What am I talking about? For example, communication in the family is very important. These days you find that we don't have enough time to give to our children. We don't communicate with them. So you find that we are concentrated on our jobs 24/7. Maybe I'm working night and my husband is working day. So we just go parallel like that. So you don't find time for the children. We compensate them with other things like iPad, you're looking at TV, these telephones. You find a 4-year child having an iPhone. So we should communicate with our children. It's very important. It's like, how do we communicate? We sit together and eat together. When you eat together, that it brings that unity in the family. It brings togetherness. And I really have a passion for the children, that we should give them a firm foundation. Because when you give them a background or a good foundation, you find that when those children, when they grow up, they will be good children. They have discipline. For me, in my family, we grew up like, they gave us a good foundation. They tried so much, my parents tried so much that they take us to good schools, whereby they teach discipline. So when I came here, I grew up with that, that I have to have discipline, I have to respect people, and so It's very important.
Yeah, it's very important. But the problem we have is, I think, as we have different backgrounds, you know, some people grow up in different countries, and when you arrive here, the system is different. Like I will be talking about what I see, like in Uganda. If I travel in Uganda, mostly in Africa, we have maids at home. Some families who can afford have maids at home, and it makes it easy for the family, the maids, to help. But here, it's you and your husband who have to take care of everything, and it's not easy when you are working. This one is working, the other one is working. You are coming home, you are tired, this and that. Sometimes people find it very difficult, really, very, very difficult to have time with the children.
Yes.
Because I experienced this one. You have to give 100%, 100%, and you cut off everything so that you are there and you can take care of your children. How did you find the system here, how it works, like taking care of the children in your family?
Yeah, as you are saying that it is really difficult, but focused on especially the mothers. If you are, okay, I'm talking about those people who are married, like I also talk about the single parents. So for me, when I have 3 children, and I gave my children time that they give you 1 year when you get a child. You know, you stay at home. So I use that year to stay at home and take care of them, going with them day to day care. We used to go to the park and play with them. So I have that time, but then when my husband was off, then like a Saturday we come together and eat together and communicate. So that we give these children the background, the good background. When we give them this background, it helps them when they grow. Now they are grown-ups, but I see that the background we gave them is really very important. So. And those single people, I understand really, but what you can do with the system, we say that is very difficult, but it can be also good, because you can also take off and don't leave your child like that because of the system, because you are single, but you can also have friends, and also you can, you know, we want to work so hard that we get this money, that we don't go backwards, because we have a saying that in Sweden or Europe, that when you get a child, or in America, you say that you are like, you are going backward, your economy go backwards. But there is a way where the system can make you be at home and you get the money, and that money can be enough for you and your child when you are single. There is a way, always there is a way. It's because we don't know the system.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I thank you that you bring this awareness in us, that we talk about so different programs, because in the system, if you learn the system, you can get a way how you can stay home with your child. Yeah, instead of leaving your child with your friends, because I don't advise it that you leave your children with your friends. No. You have to know them very deeply. You have to know them. That is not a good foundation. If you get a child, stay with that child at home. Get the money you have, even if it is 10,000 or 7,000, I think it will be enough. Because if you learn the system, there is also a house rent, where you can get house rent, where you can get different resources from the system. But most of us, we are like, I came here to work, I came here to make money, but even if you stay home, money will find you. Money will find you. You know, for when I stayed home 1 year, I said, thank you, God. I don't regret for that.
But is it all about budgeting? You know, when you can stay home and say, okay, I have this little money, it will be enough for me to stay home and take care of my children. But money is not enough. Even if you have more money, you still want to have more money. So it's not enough always. But budgeting, if you budget and say, okay, this is the little money I have, I can manage to take care of the children. And I agree with you that the foundation is very important to give our children a good foundation. And when they get a good foundation, as you said, everything gets easy.
Good, yes.
But we forget about this foundation many times, and I say, okay, I have to hurry to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And the children in the wrong land, they suffer. They suffer a lot. But we have to have time and plan.
Yes.
And plan for them and plan for how we can bring up our children. Today it's more easy because I see most of the teenagers, they plan. They say, okay, by this time I'm going to study, I'm going to get a job, then I'm going to start a family. But sometimes, you know, a family can come without being planned. And some of the people, they happen to be single, and it's not easy for a single parent.
No, it is not easy.
No. It's not easy for a single parent.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
Yeah. But when we go back, I would like to ask about those who there were people who prefer that I take my child home. In Uganda, that maybe I have my parents in Kenya, I have my parents in Tanzania or Uganda, whatever they are coming from. They take my children back so they get the education there, and they get so that they can be disciplined. Do you think that it's right to do that?
Yeah, concerning that, I did the same. My children, I'm married to a Swedish man, but my children are really, what can we say? They are Swedish. So I came a time that I had to send two of them, the boys. But it was like, I sent them to my relatives with whom I trust. So I have experienced that it is good somehow, because the children learned a lot. They learned a lot. They learned about my country. They had an experience, and you know, I took them to school, very good schools, and they studied. One of them stayed there 8 months, and the other one we went during the summer. So just 2 months. And it's good when you have somebody you trust.
But sometimes it's very difficult to trust people now, especially now. Because of the economy and because of other things. Because we are reading a lot, or we are seeing a lot about child molesting. What is it? They call it child molesting. They molest children. And even those whom you have trusted, they can do this because we have seen it. We have seen video that mother crying that the uncle, this or that one did this to her children. But today, is it wise to do that? Really, to take the children back and live with the relatives? But I think the time you did it, maybe it was good.
The time I did it, it was okay. These days, it's not, as you said, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's very difficult. So what I suggest that if you have this summer, you can use these summer holidays. Maybe you have 2 months. One of you can take the child to Uganda, because you know, they need to know our culture. They need to know our culture. Our culture is very good. The way how we are brought up, you know. live alone these days, but the way how we are brought up is very different.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you because we used to travel all this every summer almost. We traveled with them to Africa, to Uganda.
Yeah.
But what I see now in schools, in Ugandan schools, the talks, how they are talking, and the things which are happening in the schools there, it makes you scared, really. It makes you scared. And the talk before here, it was, take your children home so that they learn to be disciplined. But at home, it seems that children are getting spoiled, are getting more and more spoiled, you are scared to take the children back. And then you get confused, and so which is which, really.
I understand.
Because
as I talked to you, as I said in the beginning, it is only these days maybe I can say they are last days, but we shouldn't fear. We shouldn't fear. So we should only trust in God, because we can be with our children and something happens. So the only thing is to trust in God, to believe in God, and to know that God really protects us, because the world everywhere is coming.
Yeah, it's true.
Insecure.
Everywhere, in every country,
everything
is the same. Because if you see the things which are happening here today, you cannot imagine.
You cannot.
When I was going to school, I wasn't scared of anything, because there was no crime.
No.
You cannot read that someone was shot here or shot there.
Yes.
No, not at all.
So.
But today I wonder, and I say, where are we going? Because almost every day someone is shot here, someone is shot there. You wonder,
it is everywhere.
What's happening? But I think when you plan when you are together, especially when you're together, father and mother, and you plan for your children here, it can work too. It can work. You can give them a good foundation here in Sweden too, and you talk to them. I think it's very important.
And I want to say that it is it is individual. So there are some individuals who want to stay with their children. Maybe they don't want them to go anywhere. We are different. So I also support that. If you can take care of them, give them the foundation or the background, good background, then it's okay. Even in the singles, if you can take care of your children and you take them home for the holidays, like 2 months, it's also okay. So we are different.
It is. It's just about planning. Everything's about it. Because I have seen single parents too, who do really succeed with their children. With their children, and their children, they grow up to be very responsible people in the society. So it's all about planning. Now we are going to take a short break. We'll be coming back soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.